Hi, I'm Anita, and this is Twisted Wonderland Overblot boss fights ranked by fun, difficulty, and frustration. Before we get too far into this, so I found this on Tier Maker. I wish I made this myself, but I didn't. I was kind of hoping to find something like this already made, but the best I could find was Twisted Wonderland Overblot Boys. So that's what I'm using for this. I did change up the tiers because it was rating originally the design of the Overblot bosses, but I want this to be how fun the actual gameplay is, how much fun is it to take these guys out. So that's what we'll be doing. My first tier, super hard but super fun. Second, super hard but decent, then neutral, then too easy, and then super hard and not fun. Because personally, I have found playing the game, probably if I understood the meta and liked getting into meta in video games, I'd probably maybe think different. But I just find all of the boss fights most of the time really hard. Not all of them, but most of them. So that's why I named them that way. All right, with all that out of the way, though, let's get into the fun, juicy part. And I'm going to go in order. So, Overblot Riddle. And I'm going to have to put Riddle down here. So sorry, Riddle. Super hard and not very fun. Oh, I didn't think it was fun. I thought it was just really unbearably hard. It took me forever, I feel like, to finally beat Overblot Riddle. When I got to that part, now I see why. I didn't really understand the game at all. So that's probably a lot of why I didn't enjoy it much. I actually didn't really understand what I was doing in the battles until I got to actually when Idiot Overblot. I finally figured out how to play better than what. So that was probably a lot of it, but even sometimes too when I replay it, I just don't find it very fun though. So I think even though too at times when I go back and replay it, I kind of just shake my head and I feel like that fight should have been a little bit beginner friendly though. Yeah. Probably because, so if you've watched my easiest cards to use video, I find that the cards, but I also find battles this way too. I'm never sure if I've said that exactly, but I find battles that have the two different spells. I find those kind of hard and not fun to do as much, in my opinion. So yeah, sorry, Riddle. I just did not like your battle at all. Or boss fight, whatever you want to call it. All right, next on the list is Leona. And actually, I found Leona's too easy. Even though I didn't know what I was doing. Even though I didn't know still what I was doing, still in the beginning of the game. Yeah, it took me forever to figure it out, but in my defense, there weren't a lot of people online doing content on the game, so you really had to dig really hard to find any information on the game. I had a really hard time finding other people playing the game when it first came out. Yeah, for some reason with Leona, I didn't find it very fun, and I found it too easy. I breezed past it. I'm pretty sure it took me, want to say it's been too long. I think I cleared it first try. If it wasn't my first try, it was definitely on the second try. With me with the blot bosses. I don't think that's ever happened again. So I actually found Leona's boss fight too easy. He would be so mad if he heard that. All right, next in line is Azulu. So Azulu. I found Azulu super hard, and I did have more fun, definitely way more fun than I did with Riddle and Leona's, but not as fun as I could have had. I feel like, he heals himself in the middle of the battle. No, a couple times. I think he sometimes heals himself a couple times, and it's so obnoxious. I actually don't, again, I don't feel like that was a very, at least in my opinion, of course, again, I don't get into meta, so probably those who actually get into meta would be like, that was way easier than what you did. But I just feel like because a Zulu is not that, when you take on a Zulu in the story, it's not that far into the story. So I feel like it's kind of not that beginner friendly of a of a boss fight to take on. So I'm going to go with this one because I didn't have as fun as I would like on it. Oh, or do I put it in neutral? No, we're going to go with super hard and not fun. It took me forever again to get through a Zulu. It drove me crazy because I so wanted to know the end. But it took me, I don't know how many tries. I totally lost count. So yeah, sorry, Azulu, you were with the riddle. All right, next character. So actually this one I'm excited about. So Viper goes right here. I found his boss fight like super hard, but super fun. Even still to this day, I don't know. I just found that one really, really fun to do. I have to say, I think also too, I liked his fight in that you didn't have the weird 2 spells that you had to figure out, if I remember right. If you did, I think it's like Cosmic and Leaf, if I remember right. I should have looked before I did this. Either way, I just found his much more fun, even though it was super hard. It took me at least 3 tries to get through, if not more. I feel like it might have even been more. Yeah, no, it was more, I think. I wish I remembered exactly. It's been too long. Yeah, I just found his boss fight really fun. Still even to this day, I think. I think if I were hard pressed to decide which battle was my favorite, or boss fight, whatever you want to call it, it probably would be his. All right, now on to the next one. So, on to Vil and... Oh, it's either neutral or super hard and not fun. Oh, which one? Yeah. I would say it was super hard and not fun. I did not enjoy his battle at all. And I thought maybe it was just because I was in a hurry to see the end of the story. But even when I go back and play it, I don't enjoy that battle at all. I don't like it. So, yeah, sorry, Vil. You're with Riddle and Zulu. All right, the next one is So Idia. And actually, I'm going to put Idia's there. I actually found his super hard, but really decent. I wouldn't say it was as fun, at least in my opinion, as Viper's. I wouldn't say it was as miserable as these 3. I want to like them, but I just don't like their boss fights. Azulu's to go back to. I like it better now that once I've cleared it. But even still, their boss fights just, yeah, I don't find that fun. Where Idia's, I did have fun. I was super stressed though. I actually, when that part of the story was released, it was driving me crazy. It was driving me so crazy to know the end of the story that I actually stayed up until like 1 o'clock, or it was like 1 or 1:30 in the morning, or so, beating the game because I couldn't stand and I couldn't wait to find out what the end of the story was. It was just driving me absolutely bananas. So, so it was stressing me out. I probably would have had more fun if I had actually just slowed down and beat the game. more slowly than what I did, but it was fun despite that. I would say, yeah, it's super hard but decent. Especially too just because for some reason Viper's Overblot battle for me just still for some reason I just think and feel like it's more fun. All right, now Horton's turn, and probably a lot of people are going to be mad at me for this one, but yeah, I just kind of feel neutral about all of the fights because you fight him like a couple times, I think, and feel like, and for some reason I feel very neutral about it. I definitely think super hard, but I don't know if they're as fun to me as the other two. They're definitely not easy. I don't think they're easy at all. I wouldn't say they're super hard but not fun. At least I just feel like with these three, you're almost getting punished. In my opinion, I feel like you're getting like whipped for some reason. So I just kind of, feel neutral about all of his fights that I've cleared so far in the story. I wouldn't say I have anything necessarily harsh to say like I do these three with Horton's boss fights. All right, thanks so much for joining me today. So comment below, what would your tier list look like if you were to do this too? Comment below. I think that'd be really fun and interesting to hear and see. Did you have an easier time with these three than me? Do you find them way more fun than what I do? Is your list similar to mine or completely different? Comment below. Also too, so if you love content like this, subscribe and like so you can get more. It really helps me to know that you like this so I can make sure that I can keep making more. Where if you don't like or subscribe, it's really hard for me to know what kind of content you like. So then I'm like shooting in the dark, hoping to hit a target. So subscribe and like. And if you love this, you'll love the next one on screen. This is a video I did on a theory I have about Overblot. So you'll absolutely love that if you love this. So see you over there.